I'm just going to show you a couple little tips and tricks to preparing your ephemera. One thing that I like to do is, my printer doesn't print a really thick cardstock. If yours does, you could print on the front and back and have a nice tag. I usually print it just on one side, and then I will glue it onto a piece of cardstock. I had a piece of purple cardstock here that would go well with the kit, so I decided to use that. So I'll just put some glue stick, and then I usually put a little bit of tacky glue on the edges because the glue stick doesn't hold really well on the edges. You can also sew on the edges if you like. I've done that several times. But this time I'm just going to glue it. This is just cut up Tim Holtz mat that I use for gluing. So I just put that on the edge there. And just roll that on again. And probably I'll do a couple more of these. I'll just show you how I do one for now. So then I'll just cut it out around here. Okay. And then I'll ink around the edges, front and back. Like that. And then there's a hole, space for a hole here, so I'm just going to punch that out with my hole punch through both layers like that. And I'll probably put a little bit of a tag ribbon or something in there afterwards. And then another thing I like to do is when I do plain cardstock on the back, sometimes I have a line stamp, rubber stamp, and I'll just stamp some lines there to write on. Sometimes I just take an old gift card and I just make some random lines here, and I don't make them perfect because I like them a little bit, you know, kind of wonky. This one is actually even bleeding a little bit into here, which is all right. And I just, yeah, make them kind of wonky. And go all the way down, whatever I like. And then I'll just let that dry, and then that'll be my finished tag. Sometimes I'll put a little more bling or whatever on there, but you know, that's the base of the tag. So I'll prepare all my tags like that. So that's one thing. When you're cutting out these ticket things, you've probably maybe seen this before, but I saw it not that long ago, and I thought, oh, that's genius. So I thought I would show you. I take I think this is a 1/4 inch, just a normal hole punch, and you punch out these corners, and it's so much easier than trying to get them nice and straight while you're cutting them. And then even if they're joined like this, you can, I put mine upside down so I can see where I'm punching, and it just punches, you know, very nice clean tickets. And I usually leave my ticket things together at the beginning because I may use them in a strip, and I may not. I can cut them out later, but I'll cut the rest of the holes in there with that. This one was the same way. I cut the edges that way, and then I'll ink those things. These postage stamp things, I'm not sure if anybody would really like to cut in and out of that, but it's a neat effect to have that there. So sometimes I'll just cut it in a straight line, and then I'll just ink the edges, and you can kind of still see the scallops, I guess, on the side when you ink it, but it doesn't look so, you know, this is before and after, it doesn't look so white that way. So I think that looks really good, and I'm just gonna probably glue these onto as an embellishment, so I'm just going to not back these on anything. So there's that one. And another thing sometimes that I do, I have these fancy scissors, and you can use zigzags or different ones, but and you can cut them out with that. And it doesn't match up perfectly, but it gives you that effect. And then I would ink it again as a little bit as well. And then you have, so just has a little bit of a tip there and there. And then you just have, this one is actually cut out in that way. So depending on the look you want and the tools that you have, those are the two different looks that you can do with those to make it a little easier to cut out. This tag has a little bit of a thumb notch here, and it's a small one, so I have a 1/2 inch hole punch, and I'm just going to punch it out with my 1/2 inch hole punch, and it makes a perfect semicircle. This one's big enough that you can use your scissors if you like to, if you don't have a 1/2 inch hole punch of handy. You can do that. These little tickets are smaller, so this would be too big, but I also have I think this is an 1/8 inch hole punch, but you can just try, you know, whatever you have. And I use same technique. I look at the bottom. That one I missed a little bit. You can go back and do it again. And on your corners, and it's just so much easier to make your holes, your edges, than cutting it out with scissors. But you can certainly use scissors as well if that's what you have. So that was just a couple little tips and tricks. And then here is the pocket. I'm just going to show you how to do that. So I'm just going to take my scoring board, and I had this sized perfectly so that it would be exactly 3.5, 7, and I can't remember exactly what this one was, but I had to shrink it down a little bit because I wanted to be able to, I wanted you to be able to print it no matter what borders your printer handled. So I shrunk everything down so that it would have 1/2 inch borders. So it made this a little bit smaller. But if you just line up, so just don't line it up, you know, tight to this edge. Just line up where you can see where the score is going to be in this indentation. Just line that up with one of your lines here. It doesn't even matter which one. I'm doing it at 3.5 here, and score down there. And then the same thing here. This one would be, you know, just at the edge there, and score that there. So then you have 2 score marks there, and then you can just fold it like that. And this actually, this will attach to your page here. This will be glued down, and this will flip out. It's like a flip out plus a pocket. So this one has some rounded edges as well. So I use, again, you can just use your scissors, but I have this crocodile, and I use the 1/4 inch edge. And for the ones that are folded, I just fold it first, and then you can do that with the scissors as well. And that gives you a nice corner. And then do these ones. And I think that's it. This, the 1/4 inch punch is not perfectly this size, so I always ink everything anyway, so once you ink it, you really don't even see that. So you can ink around your edges. I'm not going to do it all right this minute, but I will do that. And then if you want to, you can print on both sides of the paper, and I decided not to this time. So what I'm going to do is this part will be glued down. So I'm just going to put a little X there because I don't have to cover that. And this part will be glued onto here, so I don't have to cover that. But this piece will show. Sorry, I think I was out of frame there. So I just marked these two will be hidden, but this one will show. So I'm just going to take one of my leftover pieces and I'm just going to glue that on there and trim around it, and then I'll have that done. So I'll just show you how I do that quickly. So I'll probably just fold those two edges in so it's easier not to get glue everywhere. And then again, I'll just do just a little bit of the tacky glue around the edge. Like that. Take this and line this up on one edge. I guess I don't need to waste that much paper. And I'll just line that up on that edge, and I just lined it off, put this a little bit off so that the white border wouldn't be on there. And just get that on there nice and flat. Then you can flip it over. And you can cut it out. Just like that. Use the 1/4 inch punch again to punch out these corners. I would ink around this part. I don't have to do the whole thing because that will be hidden. And I do want to ink this part before I attach it. So then I would just glue this. Well, you can even leave that side open if you want, this part there, if you want something a little larger. If you put it all the way in here, you can glue this down. If you want something a little bit larger sticking out, you can just glue the bottom down. So maybe I'll just glue the bottom down for now, and then just depending on what I put in there, I can decide if I want to glue down that edge. It's easy to just stick a little, squirt a little glue in the edge there afterwards. So I'll just glue that on there. And that will be a pocket. So we'll have a pocket there. This will be glued on the page, so it'll flip open like that, and you have your pocket there. So that was just a couple of tips on how to prepare your ephemera. And I'll be back with some decorating in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I decided not to do all the decorating on camera because we all do our different things. If I show you something that you would particularly like to see how I did it, leave me a comment and I can go through that. But I'll just do a little flip through and just show you what I did. The first thing I just want to show you is if you don't want to do that flippy thing with the envelope, there's an easier way to do it. And I took another envelope and I glued one of the pages from the Kingdom kit onto the front of the envelope, and I scored it in the middle and I folded it over, and you can sew your signature in the middle there, and there's your book. You can put little pockets here. There's pockets already built into here, so you don't need to do it that other way if that's not your thing. So I just thought I'd give you that as an option. And actually you don't even need the envelope. You could just fold this over, put a signature inside, and you've got a nice little journal for Holy Week. So if that is your preference, then go ahead and do that. This is our final journal that we made together. So this is the cover, and it's got a ribbon closure here. And I just decorated a little bit on the front here. This was from my printable kit, Just a little bit of fibers and jewels there. The pages, backing page was from the Kingdom kit. There's the back. And I just printed this with all of my information on it. And yeah, so I'm just going to open this all the way up, first of all. So if you can see, this is the inside of that 4-section envelope that we were making. So this is the 4 sides, and then if you look at the other side, then this is the 4 sections of that. So that's how that goes together. And then I just sewed the signature into the very middle here. So that's just basically how it goes. And to close it up, I flip this over here and I do it this way. You know, you could do it this way or different things too if you want, but I just like it that way. And then I flip this over, and sometimes I just, I guess this way, do it the lazy way if I'm going to go into it again right away. So that looks okay too. Okay, so here's our first page, and we folded the envelope flap over here and just made a little tuck spot. So I just put a large tag here. These are printed from the Kingdom kit. I just made a little cluster here, and I have a video of making these circle flowers if you want to look back at that. This is from the kit that I have linked below, just the calendar, and the butterflies are from the Kingdom kit. This is from my kit. This is a circle from the video. This is a tag from the Kingdom kit, just some papers from the Kingdom kit, a little booklet. I just made a little glassine envelope there, and these 2 items are from my kit. Okay, and it just opens up like that. This is a triple pocket that I just made with some of the papers, and just put some tags in. Again, I just made these from the Kingdom kit. This one is from my kit with Revelation 5, 9 to 10 on it. And then this is, I just did a pocket and then a little slanted pocket on the side, just to kind of for interest. And then this is from my kit, and I just put in a couple little tags there. So there's that. I guess I should go forward here. Okay, and then this was the pocket that was in my kit, the flip pocket thing, so we put that together. And I just glued a little pocket on there with a tag. And this is a tag from my printable as well. And I just glued it on the 2 sides here, so that can flip back there. And then on the back here, I have just a couple of things that I made from the kit. These I have in my printable, so it's just who, what, where, when, why, and how. I backed them on some coffee dyed paper, and I just made a little tag with a pocket on it, and those can just sit in there like that. And the journal I haven't completed, because I'm going to complete this when I do my devotion for Holy Week. So I just have kind of a title page here with a couple of items, and then I just put a Bible pocket page. I have a video on that as well, and a couple of tags here, and there's, I'm sure I'll find other things to put in here, but I just made that from the kit. And I made little labels for each day. So this is Palm Sunday spread. So it'll be Holy Monday, Holy Tuesday. This is Spy Wednesday. And I just made a couple of things there. This was from my printables. That was from my printables as well. And I made a little tag with a pocket there, a little tag inside, a little pocket there. Here I did a little stacked pocket for Maundy Thursday. So this is just a little booklet that I put in one of the pockets, and a tag. and another tag with one of the butterflies. And then this is Good Friday, so I just used this from my printable as a little tuck point, and I made a tag from the Kingdom Era kit. And Holy Saturday, I just made a little pocket with a front pocket on top and sewed that together. And I just have a couple of tags in there and another tag in the front like that. And I used a pocket from my printable for He Is Risen there, and a couple of tags from the Kingdom kit, and then just the back page that I showed you already. So yeah, so just lots of tags, lots of little pockets and things. I mean, you can decorate it however you like. If there's something in particular that you'd like to see how I did it, I'd be happy to show you that. So again, there's two parts to this. There's the Kingdom Era kit from Bible Journal Love Etsy, which I'll link below. And there's my printable kit with 3 pages of printables that is linked below in my Ko-fi link there. And then part 1 of this tutorial shows you all of the construction for this. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you make one, and I hope you do some good meditations during Holy Week. And you know, whether you celebrate Easter or not, it's an opportunity for us to, it's not an obligation to celebrate Easter, but it isn't an opportunity to look back over the last week of Christ's life and the significance of that, and meditate on the things. There's a lot of scripture, a lot of words in scripture that are dedicated to Jesus' last week on earth, and there's a lot there to take in. So that's the main point. So hopefully you'll enjoy doing your Holy Week devotions in a journal like this. Thanks, and take care. I'll see you next time.